Hello friends,
Al on the International Cruiser here.
and another interesting story comes to us, this time from Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. On their ship, Symphony of the Seas, it appears that an extremely expensive meal was ordered, almost $100,000 for a dinner for two on the water. So, if you're interested in hearing the story about the most expensive meal in the history, keep watching this video. All the details are coming up right after the intro. So what happened recently on Royal Caribbean's Symphony of the Seas? A couple of guests on the ship discovered that they had been charged for an expensive meal at sea, nearly $100,000 for specialty dining. The couple dined at the ship's Italian restaurant when a human error caused them to be charged the absurd amount for the meal, even though they were actually staying there with a pre-purchased dining package that had already been paid for in advance. What happened was that their room number was mistakenly entered as the tip amount for the service staff. For some unknown reason, the charge went through without anyone noticing, and it was processed by the credit card company. The problem was discovered when the couple tried to use the card after the incident, and it was declined, but by then, it was already the next day. This caused the couple some trouble, since it was the only credit card they had, and although the charge was cancelled at Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, when they returned to the ship, the card was still blocked even the next day, which apparently caused the couple inconvenience, as they were left unable to pay during their next disembarkation at the port. Royal apologized, and it is likely that they offered the couple some form of compensation. I'd be happy to hear what you think would be appropriate compensation in a case like this if it happened to you. Please add your comment below. And what can we learn from this case? First of all, it's important to check your charges at the end of each day so you won't have any unexpected surprises at the end of the cruise or even after you've already disembarked. You can access your daily charges on the TV, in your cabin on the ship. I believe this is possible with all cruise lines, and then it's much easier to resolve any issues. Secondly, if possible, I personally always prefer to pay on the ship with a cash account rather than by credit card. Beyond the fact that this helps prevent mistakes like the one discussed, since you can't be charged more than the amount you've deposited, your card simply won't go through if the amount exceeds your deposit. Paying in cash allows you to control your expenses on board. This is a big advantage, especially if you're traveling with children, as you can give them a set budget. You can open a separate account for each card, allowing you to allocate a spending budget if you wish. And of course, this applies to you as well. Controlling your expenses on board is important, since in practice you could end up with a bill of just a few dollars or several $100s per person. It all depends on you. There are things to spend money on aboard the ship. There are many things that require an extra fee. None of them are truly essential or things you can't do without. Another thing, in this case, that couple did not have an additional credit card or available cash, and because their card was blocked due to that charge, they were limited for almost 2 days without access to any means of payment. Therefore, if possible, always come with a backup payment method, whether it's an additional credit card besides the one registered as your payment method on the ship or cash to have with you. Whenever you travel, you always need to be prepared for the unexpected. It's true that these things shouldn't happen, but mistakes can always occur and problems can always arise, so why not be ready for them? Also, since we've already mentioned the topic of credit cards, let me remind you that in most places abroad, you'll need to enter your PIN code to make transactions with your credit card on the spot, so make sure you have it with you. The code, that is. And what would you do if you were in the same situation as that couple? Would you think of a solution? First of all, I don't understand how they didn't ask to withdraw cash at the reception when they discovered the problem. I'm sure that in this case, they would have made an exception to the usual procedures and helped them. Instead, they lost the ability to enjoy themselves at the next port, after already being stuck without the ability to pay at the previous port. Definitely an unpleasant situation, but always think of a solution if a problem arises. And don't settle for just an apology or compensation later. You're on vacation and there's no reason you shouldn't enjoy it. If you come up with a solution, the staff will do everything they can to be there for you. So if a problem arises, ask for a solution, and if the cruise doesn't have something ready, try to think how you would solve the problem and request the solution you came up with. After all, you can withdraw money from your cruise account, so even if your card isn't working at the moment, I'm sure they would accept cash and charge the room later. That way, at least some of the damage caused to their vacation could have been avoided. Did you like the solution? I'd appreciate it if you gave the video a like. And if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel and click the bell. That way, you won't miss any videos. I upload news to the channel about everything happening and new in the world of cruises, including reviews of different ships and important tips that will help you plan your next cruise and also save a lot of money on your next booking. For example, you can continue to any of the following videos now displayed on the screen to keep learning more about the world of cruises. So what are you waiting for? Click and continue to the next video.